All right, we're going to be doing the fuel system today for our 50-hour service. We're going to clean the tank and change the filters. To do a fuel service in your Avant, you're going to need an empty 5-gallon bucket, filters from Avant, a Phillips head screwdriver, a 13mm socket, a Sharpie, a 10mm socket, and some fresh fuel. You're also going to need a form funnel, an 80mm 15 flute cup wrench, and some of these goof plugs. Next, we'll remove the rear radiator baffle, taking out the 7 10mm bolts. Let's remove these 13mm bolts and get this bracket off so we can get the tank out. Before we can remove the tank, we're going to need to disconnect the fuel sensor. Next, we'll remove the bracket here with the 13mm bolt. Next, we're going to remove the inline fuel filter. For that, you're going to need a bucket, your form funnel, some rags, Phillips head screwdriver, and one of these goof plugs. If I can get the camera to focus. One of these goof plugs right here. Cinch down on the goof plug to secure the connection. Next, we're going to replace the inline fuel filter. The new filter has a little arrow right here indicating the flow of fuel. So we're going to want to orient this so that the supply side is on the bottom. Now that we have the inline fuel filter replaced and the supply hose capped off, we can pull out the tank and begin cleaning the tank. So with our Phillips head screwdriver, we're going to remove the goof plug that we put in the drain line, and we're going to let the tank drain out, swishing and swirling as the tank drains. Now that the tank is empty, I'm going to replug the hose, fill the tank with a little bit of fresh fuel, and repeat the process. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So I'm just mixing the tank around in all the directions I'm able to before redraining it. We're just capping it again because we don't want any dirt or debris to get in the hose when we chase it through the chassis there. Since we have the inline filter out of the way, it's a great time to change the fuel filter. For that, I got a catch basin, our forma funnel, some rags underneath, this 80mm 15 flute cup wrench, and a new filter from Avant. Fill the filter and cover the O-ring with fresh diesel. Just snug it up. Fill up your tank with some fresh diesel. Before connecting the inline filter, bleed the air out of the fuel line. Next, let's reconnect the fuel sensor. With the connections made, let's replace the bracket holding the tank down. To finish securing the tank, we'll attach the rear bracket with the 13mm socket driver. Next, we'll replace the radiator baffle with the 7 supplied 10mm bolts. Now that all the filters are changed and the lines are connected, it's time to turn on the machine and let the fuel pump cycle any air out. If you have any issues with starting, refer to your Kubota manual on air bleeding the fuel system.